David and Donnie were both Vietnam veterans. So they were both Vietnam veterans. Isn't that amazing? And they survived.
I can tell you they came to Torrance when we were barely married. And Donnie said he had 2 goals in life. Barbara and a Corvette.
And they got both. But I was the third girl to go visit him in Hawaii.
Oh, we didn't know that.
They really went to see Elvis.
All 3 of them. Well, when this whole thing evolved was I came home, I was working up in Indiana. I came home for Christmas of 1965. And Mom said, there's a letter out in the car for you. It's in the glove box. So I go out in the glove box with the car and there's this letter. And it's kind of tattered, to say the least. And so anyway, I opened the letter and it's my induction into the Armed Forces notice. So this was Christmas Eve and I was to be there on the 3rd of January. Didn't have much time to make any decisions, you know, so I elected to join the Navy. Went up and joined the Navy, and then about a year and a half after that, I'm passing through on my way from Florida, Pensacola, on my way to Hawaii to catch a ship out of Pearl Harbor. It was a great honor. So I was home and Brother Dave came home. He said, hey brother, I got my call. What should I do? I said, well, let's go up to the Navy recruiter and you can meet me in Hawaii. So that worked out. We did. He went up and joined the Navy with me and we met in Hawaii and were together for about 15 months. And we get the ship there. Of course, we went all over the place, Midway Island, you know, chasing Brother Matt's space. And so it worked out good. We both went to Vietnam on the ship, and unfortunately over there we got transferred. David got transferred first to the Oklahoma City, the cruiser, the flagship, and I got sent to shore duty then about 2 months later. And so I ended up getting going back home, going through training, fall small arms training, and then going back again and I took over a little boat over there for moving supplies. That's all we did. And every time Dave would come into the harbor, I would, my buddy up in the radio tower would call me and say, hey guys, your brother's out there, you want to go see him? I said, okay. So I'd go out and they would actually drop a ladder down on the side of that big old ship, and I'd go up alongside and Dave would pick David up. Wow. One time we were together for like 2 weeks.
And red alert.
Yeah. And the ship actually went off and left him. They had one of those calls where they had to go, so they went off and left Dave with me. So a couple of weeks, about 2 weeks, they came back and I took him up to the helicopter pad. And they sent a helicopter over and picked him up for and put him back on the ship.
Do you have a videotape of that? Do we have a videotape of that?
It's kind of somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
I took a lot of still pictures of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we stayed together for a long time. Had a lot of good times. My goodness. This is Brother Dave. Hawaii was right. We could, there was so much fun there, and there were so many people that were there that didn't enjoy being there. I mean, it was like, well, most of the guys hung out in the bars all the time. Dave and I didn't do that. So, there wasn't very happy. They didn't want to be in Hawaii. I guess they'd done it, if they just went ahead and joined the Army and went to Vietnam, they'd probably been happier. So Brother Dave, he buys a 53 Ford, a 4-door Ford, flathead Ford, old blue thing. Didn't have any windows. It had a windshield and the back glass, but that was all it had. So anyway, Dave, he was a ship fitter on ship, so he cut windows out of plexiglass. put in that car. It worked really good. So the other problem was we didn't have a battery. The battery in it was deader than a doorknob and wouldn't charge. But as long as you could get it started, you know, we push it about 3-4 feet, it's far right up. So we got the doggone thing. We were in the parking lot one time and we decided to lift somebody's battery. So we lifted a battery. And that helped a lot. We would be in Honolulu or somewhere and the doggone thing, the red light would stop on us. We all had to hop out of the car and push, you know, and take off again. So we went out to sea on one of those Apollo shots. And while we were out to sea, these girls painted the car. Had all kinds of flowers and things on it.
Did they have those flowers on it when you got over
Oh,
there?
yeah. Other chains around the back door.
So, yeah, the back doors will never stay closed. We had to change the back doors again. That was very
It was
red. And then, of course, we both left Hawaii thinking we were coming back, but we never, neither one of us got to come back there. Dave got to come back years later, didn't you, Dave?
Car still there. Did you look your car up?
Just let it go.
So what did your parents think about you going to war?
They never really commented on it. To this day, I really don't know.
Didn't they want you to join the Navy? No.
No, I
No?
joined the Navy on my own.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I didn't have any input from Dad and Mom as far as where to go.
Okay.
They prayed a lot for you.
So I just know
They prayed at the churches.
Yeah.
Churches prayed.
Yeah. So what happened when you went to Vietnam? When you shipped out from Hawaii?
Oh, well, we stopped in several places. You know, we were, what day? We were in Hong Kong, we were in Subic Bay in the Philippines, Midway Island. What else?
Japan.
Japan, yeah.
Australia.
Kuska, Japan. Yeah, I caught the ship out of Australia. They flew me from Hawaii down to Australia, and I caught the ship down there. Came back up with it, and they beat me to death when you go across the equator. You become what they call a shellback. So they run you through this rigorous thing. They pour slop on you. They save slop from the galley for weeks to let it ferment, and then they dump all that on you. Oh my God! Cut your hair,
You're in a
all kinds
diaper.
of crazy stuff.
You're in a diaper.
No, we had an old chief that was in a diaper. He had a grease right here in the middle of his stomach, and big old fat thing, you know, a Navy guy. He had a big pot of grease in there, and he rubbed your head in it, you know. Oh, yeah. Unbelievable.
From Hawaii to a shellback.
It's just a ritual that, you know, has always been. Probably still does the same way. Even the captain had to go through it. He'd never been across the equator, so he had to go through that.
So then what happened?
Oh, we just went over there and did our thing, you know.
But you had a little boat and,
Oh, well, yeah, when I got transferred to, well, Dave went on the cruiser. And then I got transferred to shore duty, and then I had a little boat that I moved supplies up down the river with barges. Took the harbor pilots out, kind of bring the ships in. And, just to this day, and I think about it now that I'm older, and I really don't see it well at night, but for some reason, you know, we ever run with any lights. Everything was dark. And we run up and down the river all the time. I never ran aground. Never run aground once. And the river wasn't really that wide. The anger,
and you wouldn't let anybody wear their shoes on your boat?
Oh, yeah, well, I remodeled it down inside, you know, my boat down inside. We most bargains, we had bargains with beer on them, bargains with sea rations, bargains with all kinds of supplies, plywood, fans, you know. So when we were moving, we were lifting. We were lifting, but let me tell you, one night we lifted, I think it was 8 pallets of beer. And there were 88 cases in the pallet, so figure that out.
Oh,
And,
gosh.
you know, and then we sold sea rations. Well, it's really, you know, stuff like that is really what you make of it yourself. It's not really
You guys had a Christmas tree.
something that you, I mean, you go into it with an open mind because you don't know what to expect, what's around the next corner, you know, that makes it kind of nice. But, you know, I'd be pushing the barge up the river at night and I would watch the gunships off in the distance with the spiral tracer going down in the jungle, you know. And Brother Dave, he'd come on with me and we'd party and get drunk and Dave, he smoked a little bit of weed. Well, Dave, he smoked his weed. I did most of the drinking. I only smoked it one time over there.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, that was with you. We shared, you know, like all that beer. I didn't drink all that. We shared it with everybody, you know. I'd pull in my boat and be loaded with beer, so these guys would be hauling it all over the place, you know. And we drank most of it warm good, had any way of making, you know, to cool it off. So we would, I brushed my teeth and wash my mouth out with beer. How we poured.
You didn't drink water, you drank
Yeah, we
beer.
drank beer. You know. And we got to come over, see Brother Matt and Weesey and Sam, we came in San Juan. We came over for Navy Day and cruised from Hawaii over to the mainland. The first time the ship had been back since it was what do they call it?
Retrofit.
Since it was Christmas, yeah. So Dave and I came over on that. We got to see Matt and Weeks for a while.
The ship you abandoned?
No, this is the big destroyer. Yeah.
Johnny had a little dive.
Yeah, Sam probably got eaten because there ain't dogs over there.
Isn't that sad? So David, you got into a fight, I think.
Well, they got in more than one. Lord have mercy. It was an international marketplace one time. This guy said something to him, he just, not going to go proud. He was a military guy. I don't know if he was Navy or what, was he Navy then? I don't remember. And so we took off. Dave ran over and hid in some bushes outside the international marketplace. And I went and got the car and drove around and came around and picked up my brother and we took off and we got out.